Hey YouTube, I am Tiberius and you're about to watch an edited recording of a Twitch stream. You can check out my Twitch using the link in the video description. If you enjoy the content, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. Thank you and enjoy the video. So, yeah, we've got this OWASP top 10 room, which, I mean, my thoughts on the OWASP top 10 are varied. I kind of think nowadays it's kind of a bit silly, but we'll go through it and we'll see what happens. So let's start the machine. Okay. So we're going to go down the OWASP top 10 of 2021, which is an interesting top 10 for one. Broken access control, I agree, is number one. This is great. I don't agree that cryptographic failures is number two. Injection is just a silly category because it covers everything from cross-site scripting to SQL injection to command injection, so it's kind of just a stupid... It's a catch-all injection category, which I just don't agree with. Insecure design is ridiculous. That's the catch-all category for if you don't know where to put anything. And then we go down, and then for some reason server-side request forgery just appears at the end. So yeah, the issue with the top 10, as I've spoken about a number of times before, is the way it started out. It was the top 10 web vulnerabilities, and then then everybody started using it like they were the only 10 vulnerabilities. And so slowly over time, it sort of morphed into these categories. I mean, some of them aren't even categories. Like, obviously, injection is a category, right? But SSRF isn't a category. SSRF is its own vulnerability. However, security logging and monitoring failures is a category. So, it's just weird. They seem to basically have tried to cram every single web application vulnerability into this list of 10, which I just think is dumb. Also, OWASP, so this is the OWASP top 10, but OWASP doesn't even stand for the Open Web Application Security Project anymore. They are now the Open Worldwide Application Security Project. Because apparently having web in your name was just too bad. So yeah. Okay. We're not going to read over this because I feel like I can explain as we go along. We'll just go to the challenges. Okay, the IDOR challenge. Right, deploy the machine and go to this URL. Alright, so we will open... We're going to use burp. Okay. TryHackMe note server. Log in with the username Newt and the password test1234. Okay. This room is very, very beginner level. That's okay. That means we'll get through it fast and then we can go on to some fun stuff. Okay. So we have a note ID of 1. So, does anyone know what IDOR stands for? Insecure Direct Object. Yes, reference is the R. So basically, what an IDOR is, it basically is where you have some kind of parameter. You might not be able to see that, but there is a 1 in the URL. Maybe if I go to here, actually it might be a little bit easier. So we have this note ID equals 1. So this is a reference, right? It's a reference to a note object. The term object is very loosely defined in IDOR. It's a direct object reference because there is one note with an ID of 1. Right, so basically you're directly referencing the note with ID 1. And the insecure part is because technically this is my note, right? I'm logged in as, what was it, Newt. This is my note. Only I should be able to access this note. But if we go to repeater, we can change this value. If we change to a 0, we probably don't get anything. Let's just render. No, we do, okay. We change to 0, we get the flag, right? But if we change it to 2, we get another note. Okay, this isn't our note. Change to 3, we get another note. You're not supposed to see this note, which means you're on the right track. So this is what we're doing. So we could keep going up like this. Do no ID stuff. I mean, yeah, we figured this out. So there's a no ID of 0. Okay. So the vulnerability here is that you can literally, even though this note ID is bound to a user specifically, latest but you should have it. Render's been there for ages. So even though this note ID should be associated with a specific user, they're not checking the user when we load the note ID. What we can do is we can send this to intruder though. So let's just say we have this set to 1. We can go to payloads, numbers, and then we can do a range. So we could try -1 all the way to 100. Stepping by 1. We don't want any fractions. We go to settings, extract, and then we scroll all the way down. I have to refetch the response actually. We're going to scroll all the way down to this section, the pre. And we're going to select everything in between the pre tags. And then if we start the attack, what we'll find is that we can extract all of the notes. So the last note is number 5. We went all the way up to 100, didn't get anything. But there's the flag, so we can copy this flag.
Thank you for following.
Super simple attack, very common as well. Okay, cryptographic failures. Okay, so I guess this is the fact that they are storing password hashes insecurely, I guess. Again, we're not going to read over all this. We're mostly here just to do the challenges. But it looks like they have a password hash, which we can obviously use. Oops. We can use name that hash to try and figure out. It's most likely MD5. Let me just OWASP top 10. So we do MD5.txt, put it in there, and then can we just use John? So word list, rocku, format is going to be raw-md5, and then md5, and the password is password. So, anyone in chat know why we shouldn't use MD5? Or very specifically, why we shouldn't use just MD5? MD5 is bad for storing passwords, but there are a few reasons why MD5 is no longer suitable for storing passwords. Okay, basically we did all this first. Challenge. Collisions. Collisions are definitely something. MD5 is not secure. It can be. I mean, every hashing algorithm can be cracked.
Thank you for following.
MD5 isn't so broken that you could take an MD5 hash and easily reverse it. Actually, you generally can't reverse MD5. There are a few issues with MD5 specific to passwords, though.
Thank you for following.
Okay, so we're actually gonna go here. Okay. We're exploring this application finally. We have a login. There's a comment, must remember to do better with the database and store it in assets. Oh god. Okay, the database is in assets, which I think was one of the questions, right? Yeah.
Thank you for following.
Okay, we have a web app database. So let's download. Oh. Just going to copy the URL.
Thank you for following.
We're just going to wget it. We'll use file to figure out what type. It's an SQLite database, so we'll use SQLite 3. Okay. We do .tables. We have sessions and users. So we do select all from users. Okay, and we have a couple of things here. Is it like .columns? .help. How do I describe? I'm terrible at actually using SQLite. Schema, that's it. Okay. So the table uses has a user ID, a username, a password, and admin. So if we do that select again. Oh, so it doesn't have a user ID. What am I talking about? No, it does. Wait, what? Hang on. Right, this is the user ID. User ID, username, this is the password. Okay. God, that took a while. Alright, so we've got an admin.hash. We can name that hash file. It's MD5, so we can just use John again. There's the password. Hey Al, did you miss the explanation of rainbow tables? Log in as the admin. Alright, we can log in as the admin. Hooray, the flag. Okay. Injection. And this is another reason why, I mean, this, yeah. So, I'm imagining this entire room doesn't deal with XSS. Because the only types of injection they've mentioned here are SQL and command. Whereas in the top 10 of 2021, cross-site scripting is lumped in with the injection vulnerabilities, which technically it's true. XSS is a stupid name. It should be JavaScript injection. It always has been. So yeah, it's weird. but I'm guessing there's no XSS in this top 10, which makes, like, in this room, which is kind of silly. All right, do we have navigate here? Yeah, XSS, because it's such an old vulnerability. It was the main use for it in the first place was actually doing cross-site attacks. Okay. So exploit the Calce server. Okay, so let's just do Tiberius. Let's do Tux. There we go, we've got Tux. Okay, let's have a look at the request. Sent to repeater. Okay. What we'll do is we'll match submit and we'll scroll down to it, I guess, maybe. Can we just match on pre? Yeah, we'll scroll down to pre. Good. Okay. So we can just try messing with this. Okay, so we put a single quote in Tux. Causes that. If you put a single quote in test, what happens? Does that? What happens if we do a double quote? Nothing. What about in this? Nothing. Okay. What happens if we do a semicolon? Okay. A semicolon and we get our original input. Notably without a semicolon. Which means this is, yeah, probably gonna just be a basic command injection. Or what happens if we do a semicolon here? Okay, a semicolon there also seems to basically, even though we have a test, it's gotten rid of it, which means the command is probably something. So there is a Calce command on Linux. I don't know if it is in search Calce. Let's just freaking install it. I mean, why doesn't Kali come pre-installed with Calce? Utterly ridiculous. All right, so we got Calce. So we do Calce test. There we go. Now, presumably the file, the cal file, is what Tux is doing, I guess. But either way, so I'm going to assume by the fact that if we send it normally, we get test here. But if we put a semicolon after Tux, we don't get test. Which means likely what's happening is the command looks like this. It's probably going to be something like Tux and then test, right? And so now, if you put a semicolon there, then it's not going to actually say anything. Well, maybe not actually. Okay. Oh, because right, I haven't got a file called Tux, but it's probably going to do something like, I don't know actually. Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, I'm just going to put an echo after this and see what happens. Yeah, there we go. We get test back. So I don't actually know. Can you do anything other than holds a sample of set cal files? All right, let's have a look at this. Oh, okay. So if we do... Right, okay, that makes sense. So this is probably the command, right? calce-f tux test. To get this. So if we put a semicolon here, we just get tux saying nothing. Which didn't seem to work before, but whatever. Maybe my calce is different. Either way, if we put an echo here, what's happening is we're basically doing this. Right? Let's just imagine that tux does say nothing. I'm just going to put nothing in quotes. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Why won't tux say anything? Let me see what... It would help if it actually told me what these properties were.
New subscription received. Dispensing gratitude. Gratitude dispensed.
I have no idea what this does. Anyway, either way, we figured out if we put an echo here, we get the output down here. Which means we can probably just take out this and put an echo Tiberius up here. Yeah. So we can just use this. We can do ID now and get our ID. There's a bunch of things we could do technically. If we wanted to, I bet we could, instead of putting a string here, we could probably put a command in backticks. Yes. We could probably put this command with a $sign in parentheses. Yes. So let's get tux to say what we want. So it's saying, well, strange text file is in the root directory. Okay, so we need to just do an ls. You know what? Let's just do ls-1. Okay, I guess it doesn't like -1. Alright, we're just going to use ls. So we have a drpepper.txt. How many non-root, non-service, non-daemon users are there? Okay. So that's just going to be catting Etsy password. Need to put a space there. Making tux say this was probably a bad idea, so what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to put it here. That's a little better. More readable. Okay. How many non-root, non-service, non-daemon users are there? Okay. Hexorcism666. Thank you for the gift sub to Mean Machine Rex. Okay, so non-root, non-daemon. I'm guessing it just means users. Actually, that is a good question. What does it mean by this? Non-root, non-service, non-daemon users. I'm gonna hazard a guess and say it's... Is it these... Is it just 3? I don't know, actually. That's a complicated question. Non-service and non-daemon. And there's only like... The answer is between 1 and 9. Like, non-root obviously is not this. Non-daemon equals not this. But then non-service, like bin, is bin technically a... They want no login? Oh, okay, that makes more sense. So we could probably just grep. -v, no login. So I'm guessing just 3. Maybe? Let's see. No. I'm really not sure what the question even means. Did it like give a clue? The 9 more tries, right. I mean, I'm gonna say maybe the guest account. Because honestly, oh, hang on, Cyrus. 2 maybe. Cyrus and the guest account? Okay, just the guest, just Cyrus? No. Screw it, we're just going to go through and try and figure it out. God's sake. Whoops.
Thank you for following.
We're almost there. Okay, what? Is it 0? What kind of stupid question was this? It could have just said how many like regular user accounts, I guess. Because yeah, there aren't any because regular user accounts start with 1,000. But the way they phrased this question was dumb. Non-root, non-service, non-daemon users. Like the Cyrus user, I don't really understand. Clearly, that's for some service that I'm not aware of. But anyway, what a stupid question. What user is the app running as? So we obviously can just do ID here. Apache. What is the user's shell set as? So actually, we can likely just do echo $0 sh. Can we then just do which? Oh, hang on, sorry, which, and then echo in. Is it just bin sh? No. So I guess it just wants us to look in the stupid freaking Etsy password file again. That's dumb. Yeah, there's shells set to that, but the shell we've got is not that. What version of Alpine Linux? Okay, so probably want to do, it's either going to be uname, or we're going to have to look in the OS release, which I'm guessing we're going to have to look in OS release. So Etsy OS-release. There we go. 3.16.0. Okay, that was ridiculous. These streams are saved as VODs. Okay, so insecure design. the catch-all one. Let's just see what insecure design they've got in this stupid thing then. A file server. There's a forgot my password thing. Oh, sorry, hang on a minute. Okay, good. Let's go to forgot my password. Please enter your... Did it tell us to Joseph? Okay, so we need Joseph's account. Okay, user Joseph. So mother's, sister's, son's, nephew's, friend's, neighbor's friend's name. Let's do test. Incorrect answer. Okay. Well, we're going to go favorite color. I'm imagining the insecure designers, you can just keep guessing here. So what we can do is we can send this to intruder. Select this. And then, is there a nice list of colors? GitHub. Lovely. Paste that. And then what do we want to do? We basically want to match this, but I want to make sure we're actually matching it correctly. Okay, so it's just plain text. That's fine. So we're going to go to clear. We're going to enter this. Flag results with that. That's good. Oh, okay. None of them actually worked. What? Oh, because of the redirect. Crap. Hang on a minute. Discard. Where's follow redirects? It's down here somewhere, isn't it? Yes, always follow redirects. And process cookies. Okay. Well, that one... There we go. It was green, apparently. So yeah, we just tried all the colors, and eventually it hit that. Will you ever switch to Brave? You mean the Brave browser? But like, why? Why would I want to do that? This is all the colors, Al. Alright? There are no other colors than these 166.
Thank you for following.
Including zucchini. Okay, notes. Remember to move private files out of the server. Yay, flag. Okay, cool. But I did see cat images. We clearly have to look at cat images. Monorail cat, classic. And they told me I could be anything, so I became a cannonball. Alright, this machine has redeemed itself. Can you show your grep match again? Or explain why you're matching for the error. So yeah, I was matching for the error because I wanted to see like we were basically trying to brute force the question, and I know what the incorrect answer gives us, right? It gives us this. So by using intruder's grep, I wanted to just match the responses, which included this, and then effectively I sorted by that, and I went down, and the first one that doesn't match it is going to be the first color that didn't produce that incorrect answer, right? And so this was the one that gave us the password. Okay. Moving swiftly on. Security misconfigurations. Navigate and try to exploit the security misconfiguration to read the application's source code. All right, fair enough. Right, so it's a Flask. It's a Flask application. It says so at the top. Okay, what are all these doing? So if I just go to... So one thing you can do in Flask is if you set things to weird. Yeah, there you go. So if you give it a bad reference, in this case the number in the URL, it's going to print out some of the code. Right, so we've got some of the code here. Unfortunately, we haven't got all of the code, we've just got some of it. However, there is also a console. I'm guessing we just don't have the flag, right? So if we click on this button, console ready? Really? Print Tiberius. Lovely. Okay, so we... the debugger is enabled, and we can just send... we can just send Python to this server. So yeah, I mean... Okay. Can we just do import OS? os.system ID. Oh yeah, we can't do system, can we? popen was better, right? popen.read. We figured this out the other day. There we go. Oh look, we're root. Yeah, we could probably get a reverse shell, so we might as well do that. Let's grab that IP address.
5 minutes later.
Netcat. This already uses binsh, so this should be fine. Okay. I still believe I have to put it within this -C though. So I think that should be okay. Hooray! Got there in the end. Alright, what do we have to do here? Pretty sure we just have to modify the code to read the content. I mean, we don't need to do that. We have a shell now, we can just do anything. File to-do.db. Okay, file isn't there. Cat to-do.db. Cool, I guess. Alright, what was just to-do.db? What is the value of secret flag? We can just use grep, I imagine. In app.py. There we go. Yeah, that one took longer than it should have, but we got there. Alright, vulnerable and outdated components. This is just WordPress, I guess? It says? No? Okay. Alright, that's... Okay, here's the lab. Find a vulnerable application. Okay, easy, easy, easy. If there are any questions, by the way, let me know. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hang on. If I'm correct, I think a super smart person wrote the exploit for this. I'm pretty sure. Let's just Google bookstore in exploit DB. Is it just book store online bookstore? I think this is it. I think a really really intelligent person wrote this one. I mean, let's see if it works. Never know. It might not work, chat. Search exploit. There's no X. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, Tiberius was taken in a lot of places for some reason. I'm gonna copy this. Okay. I mean, let's just. Looks like it's a nicely made Python script. So let's just run it and see what we get. Okay. The URL of the target. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Oh, his code works so well. And look at that! It even does. It even. Do you wish to launch a shell? This is basically not really a shell. So the way this works, I felt like since I was submitting it to exploit DB, it should be like pretty well made. So basically, what it does, it's an upload. It's a file upload vulnerability, unauthenticated, to the admin thing. So what it does is it just randomly generates a PHP upload file. So it just, you see this is the exploit code, shell exec. So it generates a random file name. You can actually see it here. And then it uploads it. It tests to see if it uploads, because it does who am I. Oh no, wait a minute, it doesn't do that, sorry. It echoes, that's the way. It echoes itself. I think, yeah. No, sorry, it echoes the string, right. It generates a random string, uses that as part of the file name, and then to confirm that the file upload worked, it tries to echo that name, and then it searches for it in the text. Right, okay, here's the cool thing though. So it basically says, hey, do you want to launch a shell? And then all it does is it goes into a while true loop. Where it basically asks for a command. If the command is exit, it exits. But otherwise, it just sends a GET request and prints out the text.
Mr. Streamer!
So there you go. Alright. I mean, this... How can I not upvote this room now? It uses literally one of my exploits. What's the contents of the opt_flag.txt file? Oops. My goodness, what's happening? Cat. That's not what I wanted to do. Opt_flag.txt. Isn't that cool? You don't see how this person is smart? I mean, they got an exploit published on exploit.db. Gives you an instant shell, Al. No messing around with rev shells. Just an instant RC. This is a shell. Probably just do. Yeah, see, we're in SH. Is shell set? No. Do ENV probably though. We're in a shell. Look. I like that there's a MySQL password though.
Maticus Maximus!
Maticus Maximus! Maticus Maximus!
Alright, screw this. Logic within the authentication mechanism. Alright, here we go. What the... Jesus. Attacking authentication. This room will focus on teaching the basics of attacking authentication systems. Try register with Darren. There's an existing user with the name admin. Oh, is this... Okay. So if we just try... User's already registered. Yeah, this is a relatively common one. So if we do Darren with a space... Okay. Yeah. So basically, I just put a space when I registered that as Darren, and it allowed us to register. But then when I logged in, basically as part of a login, it strips the space out and just logs us in as regular Darren. Do the same trick and see if you can log in as Arthur. Alright. Register Arthur space. Arthur and password. Okay. I don't know why it got us to do it twice, but... Okay. Boring. What's the SHA hash of this? Wait a minute, does it mean the SHA hash of this string or the SHA hash of this? I mean, it's asking me for the SHA-1 hash of just this string. I'm going to give it what it wants. Or rather, what it's asking for. Oh, SHA-256, sorry. SHA-256 some. Yeah. Nope. Alright. Well, we can easily do this. We can just download it. And then we can just do SHA-256 sum on jQuery. Presumably this is what they wanted. The answer is incorrect. Go to Shri hash. Oh, it wants... Oh, okay. Well, that's not what it asked for then. SHA-256. Here we go. This is what it wants, I'm guessing. Yeah. Yeah, so a Shri hash is slightly different. But to be fair, it did ask for the SHA-256. Okay, data integrity failures. Navigate to this. Anything in here? Okay, I guess admin. You can also log in as guest with the password of guest. Well, thank you. What? Get the admin. Only the admin user is allowed to get the flag. Okay, it sends to repeater. Okay, we have a JWT. Just change our username to admin in the JWT. Make sure you trim off these encoded things. Token or its signature is invalid. All right. So let's try setting the algorithm to none. Again, you need to trim off this percentage 3D. And since the algorithm is none, we just have to trim that off. Boom. Super simple JWT. Not so common to see that kind of attack before. What was the name of the website? Oh, I mean, screw it. Just do this. Website cookie. It's JWT session, I guess. Okay, done. Oh, task files. All right. Okay, for some reason there's... I don't want to do that. Okay, easy enough. That's the IP address they're using. Because there's all unauthorized. What kind of attack is being carried out? Brute force. Alright, that was easy enough. Server-side request forgery. Copy link. Does Inspector automatically pass JWTs? Yeah, it does. What is happening here? Okay, go away. Yes, if you select... I mean, this is just base 64. This is just base 64 encoded, so there's nothing magic. It's just base 64. Alright. Download resume. Why did that not... Oh, because binary content. Stupid binary content. There we go. Okay. The admin area. Admin interface only available from localhost. Okay, nice. So we can presumably just go localhost /admin.
Thank you for following.
Can we just do that? No file selected. Interesting. Is it just admin? Nope, but we got a nice error message. That's fun. Copy URL. Okay, so it takes the... Oh, so it converts the file ID to an integer. Okay, so it does require an integer, unfortunately. But presumably, yeah, the server... So it's just plussing the server here, which means we could presumably just do something like admin... So hang on, I go back. A equals... Just encode that. No, I guess not. Uh, does it just require us to be maybe this? Okay, maybe it just actually wants this URL here. Another thing we could do is what do we actually want? Yeah, I try. I mean, I tried doing. I did localhost, I thought. So here's the issue. We go to this. So here's the code. So it takes a file ID from ID, takes the server. If the file ID is not equal to that, it will generate a file name. So yeah, I should just be able to put a server in here and then do a. Basically, it's this line we can abuse. Like we can set the server to anything. So if I set server to HTTP 127.0.0.1 admin, right? It's going to append this. Sorry, do admin like that, right? And then it's going to have some number 1234.pdf. But if I do this, that should be fine. That's just a type of URL. So this is just curl. I believe it's just saying this is the URL to use. Oh, maybe I need the HTTP. Maybe that's what. Oh, here we go. One. Connect. Oh, here we go. Okay, it's working now. So if I do 8087. Weird. Is this actually... Hang on, is this working? Maybe this is actually working. I'm not actually viewing the... It is. It worked. Okay. It was working that entire time. It's just returning it as a PDF. All right. I guess localhost. Click the download. You won't need the flag to progress in this room. Okay, I got the flag. I wasn't supposed to get the flag? What? Download resume. It went to... Server parameter pointed to this. Yeah, I'm guessing I'm just too late for this site. Come on. What? I'll just do that? I mean, that's not correct. The server parameter clearly pointed to this, so the answer is wrong. Using SSRF, make the application send the request to your attack box instead of... Okay, alright, fine. So we had to do it the boring way. Okay. So instead of this, I'm just gonna tell it to use 10, 13, 1, 1, 2, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And then we're gonna see what happens. Oh look, there's the fake flag. I mean, I got the... Why would you not just make this the the freaking flag? It was more fun. What's next? All right, we're done. Excellent. Overall, good room. Any questions about any of that? On the screen are my socials. Please follow me on Twitter, join the Discord server, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course follow me on Twitch to get alerted when I go live. You can also find all these links in the video description.